What's up, summoners? King Blair here, and today we're going to be taking a look at this new ban list that came out a couple of days ago. So I think it's already been in effect, It's been a couple of days since we last got it. So one of the biggest things, you guys have probably read it. I'm going to go through like who's the big winners, who the big losers are, and like kind of just an overview. So first, we got a lot of nerfs and a lot of buffs. So who are the big winners? So who is like this unit, actually kind of scary now. One of the ones is actually gonna be the um I just had it there. Oh, the Water Monkey King. So before people used to complain about Monkey King, he was useful, but apparently his skill all or nothing, just kind of like didn't do much. So as you can see, I'm gonna put it right at the top. So right there, the Water Monkey King and the light one. So it really just decreased attack power, and that was about it. And just it wasn't really threatening when you used that skill. People had to pair it up with Despair and try to hope to get a couple lucky stuns since it's AoE. Now this unit is gonna be really scary in cleave offenses or just any offense, to be honest, because the Water Monkey King also has that skill that gives him a shield. It makes it invulnerable and gives him immunity. This is gonna be scary now. It's gonna be, really scary. You got stun with a 75% chance, and I'm assuming that's gonna go a lot higher. And then you can get an extra turn right after that. So imagine this: Water Monkey King stuns 2 units, and now, or let's say he gets a violent proc, and now he can do his skill to just completely block you off. He's gonna be a super duper scary unit. It's gonna be so scary. Another big winner in this buff was the Fire Beast Monk. So Fire Beast Monk got massive buffs. Before he was starting to fall off, when you had a Rakan, it's like, why use him? He wasn't really pulling his weight. He was still good, but he just, wasn't that threatening force he used to be. But now with this new buff, he can remove beneficial effect targeted on the target with 100% chance. So imagine like a revenge fire beast monk. You just hit him, he steals all your stuff, just messes you up. Like you're done. It's like he's gonna steal your buffs, he's gonna do all these things, increase his own attack speed when he lands the critical hit, and do damage proportion to that. And also his third skill, it now silences. So not only can he strip, he can silence. He did lose the unrecoverable, so you can actually like out heal him now. But typically people didn't want to try to out heal Kumar. That's his name, the Firebase Monk Kumar. People usually don't try to out heal him. So massive, huge buffs. Like I think he's gonna be a super scary one. And then those are honestly the two massive buff ones. Another one that's like kind of like a secretly also really big buff is the Daphnis buff. Oh man, Daphnis getting buffed. It was like when I read this, I was like, what the heck? He did get a small nerf at the same time, and all the Fairy Kings did because they can't remove anymore. Instead, they apply glancing now, which actually hurts them a lot. Like Samath is not nearly as scary anymore. I think it might actually shift arena defenses where Samath won't be used as much, because now it's gonna be more of Samath plus a stripper now, because Samath used to be a very reliable stripper, especially on like your Zeros. But now if you go into arena against one, it's like, okay, cool. Like if you don't have a stripper, I'm not scared of getting my immunity stripped and stunned. He's a lot weaker. But then on the other side, the Fire Fairy King got that skill on his third buff, where he just strips all of the buffs. And I actually think Fire Fairy King is gonna be like a one. Like I'm calling it right now. It's gonna be one of those units that's gonna be ruined like probably super duper fast. Like I would even put him on Swift maybe, and just like give him insane attack on Swift and just super fast, and he's just gonna be like a sniper. Like you can't get past his skill. 45% of your health just being like stripped out before you even do anything else. That can even kill some tanks. He's gonna be able to kill Vanessa's, probably not in one shot, but he'll be able to just neuter them completely. Like he's gonna be so scary. I'm so excited for that Fire Fairy King buff. It's gonna be I can't even think about it. And then you get the massive shield. I don't know if the shield also takes into account the percentage decrease. I think it's just the damage portion, but he's gonna be, I think for Guild Wars is where he's gonna shine. Because you used to have Kumar protecting, like you used to have like the Wind Paladin or like the Wind Paladin Water Beast Monk combo where you just protect your Theomar. That doesn't even matter anymore. What I would like to see also would be that like if he could become a Theomar's counter, that would be nice. But he's not. He still can't one shot Theomar's because Theomar still has that thing. If it did it so like it steals buffs and gives it a can't be buffed thing, oh, he would have just been like a little too OP. I see why they did what they did, but he's gonna be like a sniper, and that's actually really cool. I'm actually really excited to build mine. So, very exciting. Of course, there's other buffs. I could sit here and talk about all of them, like the Sea Emperor one I think is really awesome. All the mermaids getting massive buffs. The quality of life change on the fire vamp. We can actually like skill him up now because his hits actually hit. Like there's just so much good stuff on the buff side. But now on the nerf side. So on the buff side, they're just trying to bring those units that, aren't seeing that much play into the spotlight, and it's just random quality of light changes here and there. But there's those 3 big winners that I mentioned. But on the other hand, the big nerfs are solely mostly targeted towards RTA. A lot of these units aren't really like usually RTA and arena units are very similar, but a lot of these, the only one that's really like arena related, like not RTA related, but just the regular arena, would be the Water Fairy King. But for everything else, it's very targeted towards RTA. So these used to be units that like if you had these units, you were doing really good in RTA. Like Desert Queen, it's like one like all you see here, like Desert Queen, Panda Warrior, all these busted units that used to just dominate the arena, like RTA. They're still gonna be good. Don't get me wrong. They actually did a very good job. They're just gonna be like, they have weaknesses now. They're not absolutely busted. So from these though, the ones that definitely like really, really hurt like their potential, one of them is actually like the Dragon Knight, because the difference between a 20% and 15%, that's like the difference between you getting that extra hit and being able to save a unit and not. Like that hurts really bad. Like really, really bad. The other one, the Desert Queen, you can't just lock down with some math Desert Queen anymore. You can't just do delay promise into delay promise and just make your opponent like they can't get a turn, because now it's only like 30%, so they still will be able to like get their turns a lot quicker. And I do like that they still made it so she can lock down one unit with that 100%, but made it so the other units could still move. So if you have really fast units, Hathor, the Wind Desert Queen, doesn't really have that fast base speed. So you could actually get out of the lock. Of course, there's gonna be good players that are still gonna be able to use her well with the Samat, not Samat, or I forget his name, but the Wind Fairy King. So definitely good nerf. The Water One Dragon Stance, this makes it, oh man, I actually really like this, because usually you used to hold your breath when these pandas used their skill to try to strip, and it was just, it was nuts. It was actually nuts. And also the fact that like the stun was so like crazy, and like it just like sometimes it would either be like I'm really happy that I just put it on one of the hits, so it's more like a regular strip, so it's kind of like Iris. They kind of give him the Iris treatment. So where I don't think Iris strips on each hit, it's only the last hit now. So that's really nice. So like they made it more consistent in a way, like to get the strip, but they also made it less likely because it's only on the last hit. So you can actually like not hold your breath every time Panda Warrior does this. I would have hoped that they had nerfed his Reckless Assault, because that move was a little strong. Like they should have made it so Reckless Assault can be stopped with invincibility. But I guess that's just part of team building, and you can't complain about everything. It's still a good nerf. The Fairy King nerfs, they needed it. Like it was kind of one of those things that like all the Fairy Kings were good except Samath. Not Samath, except the Fire one. Man, I'm mixing all the names up today. But the Fire one. So there's that. So I don't know. Great, awesome ban list. Not ban list, just like nerf list and buff list. Also the Paladin, this was really annoying with the whole counter-attacking, it was really annoying. The other thing that they nerfed about it, it's, oh yeah, the during your turn. That's huge. Like Paladin, I don't see her being, actually could still be a revenge unit, but you know, it's not just gonna be like a must revenge. It used to be like you had to run violent revenge on her. I still see the violent beat on her, but it gives more versatility for the second set. Since getting that revenge proc isn't as strong, man, in Guild Wars, this would get me so many times. It was so stupid when she just revenges all the time. So I'm really happy to see that. And you know, overall, just really awesome. Some of the ones that, you know, aren't on here is the light Sky Dancer. She's still running around. She's still a really good RTA unit. But for the most part, it shows that Comtuos cares. So overall thoughts on this ban list, I think it's really good. It's a really good step in the right direction. I think this is going to shake up the game a little bit, make it more exciting, get to see more units in RTA, you know, finally be able to use Daphnis. And, you know, it's just good stuff, you know, like being able to see all the nerfs. And even me, that like I have some units that got nerfed and buffed, I think it's very fair and people won't be upset. Like they balance it in such a way that if you had the unit isn't unusable anymore. So like they kind of gave him like, you know, it's more viable. Like you can still use it and that unit will still be really good. And the bad units are a lot better. I'm so excited to try out my Daphnis. It's finally time for him to leave the storage. Daphnis, welcome to the family. Welcome to being gonna be ruined soon. Gonna be really fun. I'm excited to try out his damage ratios. I'm actually even gonna try to skill him up. So you know, it's gonna be a good time. Good times ahead for me and this Daphnis. You know, really looking forward to being able to use its third skill. And it looks like it's 100% strip. I wonder, it still can be resisted, but I wonder if it's like guaranteed. But let's stop speculating for now. Super excited about this ban list, and you know, just it's gonna be awesome when everything drops. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's all I have for today. Peace.